How's it going, everybody? Welcome to We Do Tech. So today we finally got the benchmarks from all of the big reviewers for the new Nvidia RTX graphics cards, and from all of the benchmarks we can see that these new cards, as expected, is better than the previous generation Pascal 10 series graphics cards. But there's a problem, because there's not really any games that supports ray tracing yet, which is the main focus for these cards, which is totally absurd. New cards, a new technology, but no real way to actually show it off. Watching all of the reviewers reviewing the new cards, everybody said that this new tech was just rushed, and alongside that, Nvidia recently announced that they are slightly delaying the launch of the new RTX 2080 Ti. So what the hell is going on there? So with all of the benchmarks for these new cards, with their new technology, that there's no games to really test it on, it makes a lot of sense to go buy one of these new cards right now, doesn't it? Well, yeah, in this video, I'm just gonna go over the benchmarks from the reviewers, share my opinion, and then also tell you guys why I still don't recommend you actually buy an RTX card over a GTX card. So now, firstly, just going over the benchmarks quickly from LinusTechTips and then also GamersNexus. All of the links will be in the video description, so go check that out if you want more information. We can see that the new cards are faster than the previous cards, especially in 4K, being around 25% to 50% faster, which is awesome. So finally, we have a gaming cards that will be able to play games in 4K at 60 FPS on the highest settings. So that's really cool. But, and this is something that I got a lot of crap for in one of my previous videos, and that is that you cannot compare the 2080 to a 1080 and a 2080 Ti to a 1080 Ti. The price difference is huge. The 2080 Ti compares to a Titan. It does really well against the Titan V, but it's still almost twice the price of a 1080 Ti, and it's only half of the performance. So does that make any sense? No, it does not. And a lot of you gonna say, no, it's just follow the naming scheme. That's not what it's going over here. Price to performance, it doesn't matter what graphics card you have, you can still say a Titan V is a gaming graphics card, but you're not going to compare it against a 2080 or even like a 1080. It doesn't make sense, because it's $3,000 and now the 2080 Ti is $1,200 compared to a 1080 Ti, which is going for around $650. That doesn't make sense. So for the people who can afford a 2080 Ti, which actually sounds like there's a ton of them out there apparently, you're also most likely running two 1080 Ti's in SLI, or you already have Titans. You are the 1%, there's nothing wrong with that, but you're not the main focus here. So now, when comparing the 2080 to the 1080 Ti, you honestly don't see that much of an increase. Like, it's a few frames here and there, and some of them there's not really an increase even. So this is the reason why I can't really recommend that you buy an RTX card at the moment, or even maybe in the near future. Depends on the pricing. If the pricing will fall, then yeah, that might be an option. So now again, all of these benchmarks are without ray tracing, because there's no games with ray tracing built in yet. So we will most likely see more benchmarks later on once this technology is implemented in some of the games. I will then make a second part of this video, and then I will decide again if it is actually worth it to buy one of these RTX cards. But from the pre-released footage that we've seen from like the 2080 Ti running a Tomb Raider at 1080p at like 30 FPS, which is honestly, the game is not optimized yet. There might be an increase, but even 1080 Ti at 60 FPS with $1,200 graphics cards, yeah, I honestly won't go for that. So even though I like and do understand why Nvidia is doing this, they are pushing for a new technology and a new future. It's just honestly not there yet for the price, and just the mainstream of people, it's not going to be out. I would have said that they could have implemented this in a Titan version of the cards and not the mainstream. It's just for the price range, it honestly doesn't make sense. And just with the price drop recently for like a 1080s and 1080 Ti's, it's so hard not to just go out and then buy a 1080 Ti now, because the prices has dropped so much. But I will say that I'm still looking forward to seeing the GTX 2060. It's not going to have ray tracing built in, so I do hope Nvidia is just going to push more like horsepower into that card. Because so far, like price performance, the 1060 is kind of the best card out there, and it's still the most popular card. So hopefully the GTX 2060 is going to be the card for everybody to buy if they just want to play like at 1440p at really high FPAs. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I will again make a video later on once the ray tracing games and benchmarks are out. But I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts from these benchmarks? Are you going to go out and buy a 2080 now, or a 2080 Ti even? Please buy me one as well. But yeah, let me know down there. Or would you rather just buy one of the current best scale GPUs? So let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will check all of you guys in the next video. Cheers, guys.